Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto, and today is the Sunday Roundup. So there are a few things that I want to go over, including how I'm looking at, the markets this week. We have a lot of economic data that's going to come out during a holiday week, right? So tomorrow is basically a half day. Not much is going to happen. ADP will release their employment report. Then you get a real employment report, job openings, things like that. I mean, ADP announces the report on Wednesday. Thursday, we get the U.S. trade deficit, not a big deal, but matters. Initial jobless claims and job openings, right? Then on Friday, we get the U.S. employment report. All of those numbers are factored in as the FOMC looks at everything. And they're kind of telltale factors, right? Now, kind of give us an idea about what's going on with the economy and things like that. That's going to affect both the stock market and crypto space, right? I'm just going to refer to them as markets. So the markets will be affected by that. But what I'm thinking is that the inflation data, because that's what we're looking at, is going to be good. I think it's most likely going to be good, and that's going to spur a lot. Now, take a short step back. Look at what happened over the past week, right? BlackRock filed its paperwork for a spot Bitcoin ETF or Bitcoin spot ETF, whichever one you would call it, right? Fidelity filed theirs on the heels of that, or BlackRock was the week before Fidelity came. And then you had ARK Invest amend theirs. And it's all about this whole surveillance thing. And what it means is actually does mean protection, but the idea is you're looking over the pricing of the underlying vehicle, in this case, Bitcoin. Where can you securely and reliably get the pricing for your spot ETF? Most of these companies, BlackRock is going to partner with Coinbase. Other companies are probably going to choose Coinbase, and here's why. They're the biggest in the country, period, by far. So that's who's going to get that piece. And I think that, the SEC coming back and saying, oh, those applications are inadequate. I believe that Gary made a big, big mistake doing that. First of all, let's look at how long it took for the SEC to review the grayscale application, and then in a matter of days, you're going to come back and you're going to say all of these new ones are inadequate. Did you go through them all with a fine-tooth comb? You mean to tell me that companies like BlackRock and Fidelity and all these other already, regulated companies don't know what they're doing? Then you go back to, oh, so wait a minute. It's easy to register. If you're an exchange, it's easy to register. It's not. I can honestly tell you it's not. Right? So that's one. Now take that information and look forward. And what you have is a situation that's going to be a major problem for the SEC. They've got the House Financial Services Committee looking at them and going, hell is on your mind. You just allowed a futures ETF, but you're not going to allow spot. So now they go out. Think about this. Just think about this. They all go out and they amend their documents to say, here is the named surveillance, third-party surveillance partner, so we can get the right price. We're going to work with Coinbase. We're going to work with whoever. I don't care who the heck they work with. But here's the name third party. Well, there is going to be a little bit of a problem if you name Coinbase, because now Gary can say, well, we're suing Coinbase. Just because you're suing Coinbase does not mean that Coinbase is wrong. And you're not suing Coinbase over Bitcoin. Big problem for Gary Gensler. He's not going to be able to wriggle his way out of it. So what I'm expecting is that all of those companies that have applications are going to, amend their applications to clearly name their surveillance partner. What I'm expecting is Gary will come back with something else. Now, play that out. If he comes back with something else, what's going to wind up happening is that people will say, well, then Why didn't you give us the complete list of misses that we have in our applications? That's going to be a problem. Now move that to the side. Let's suppose he comes back and he finally says, fine, you can have your spot ETF. What do you think that does? That right there is the game changer. That right there will be the absolute catalyst to a huge bull run, in my humble opinion. Gary has a problem. He has no way of winning. He has zero way of winning. Okay? And so I'm sitting here just wondering how that's going to play out. That's what I'm looking at over the next week and in months, right? Because who is it? And I just said it the other day. CBOE, ARK Invest, and 21 Shares, they all have a date of 8/13 for their filings, right? Now, August 13th comes, they make everybody wait till August 13th, and they go, oh, well, there's something else, there's something else, there's something else, there's something else. They're already being sued for grayscale because their reason for a no was inadequate according to grayscale. But whatever. So I think those are going to weigh heavy. But I'm expecting good things out of the market because when that happened, Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptos kind of took a small dip and came right back to the established, numbers that they had previous to Gary opening up his big mouth. I think that's actually pretty cool, and I think it says a lot about the space. So that's what I'm paying attention to this week. I'm looking for positivity because we took several things on the chin. We took Tether, decoupling, depegging. We had Gary Gensler opening up his mouth against two of the biggest, funds, money managers in the world. He's going to lose. Now, Mona asked me about wallets, and Deanna asked me about XRP. Let's get into wallets real quick first. I'm going to open up my phone, and I'm going to tell you about a few of the wallets that I currently have on this particular device. I have a few devices. Koinomi is one because it's a standalone wallet, does things. It doesn't have as many coins tied into it as I would like with other wallets, which is why I have other wallets. I told you, I do not rely on a single wallet. So Koinomi, Coinbase wallet, MetaMask Trust. Technically, I still have Ledger, but Ledger really isn't. Ledger is really for secure transactions, right? It's just that I'm no longer going to hold anything on there. I don't like how they do business. They have to fix that. And I haven't heard anything about how they are fixing it and addressing it. So done with that. But those are the wallets that I'm using currently on a regular basis. To me, those are all really good wallets. Obviously, I still have Coinbase wallet, Binance.us, and a few other wallets. But those are my mainstays. I've got sets of wallets that I use in terms of addresses. I have sets of addresses that I use strictly for hodling. I have others that I use for trading. And what I mean by trading is the actual usage of those digital assets. So I own a lot of unstoppable domains. Like I own Eddie J on .crypto. I own Eddie J .eth. I own a lot of domains. I own the domains for all of my businesses. This is what we do. So if a client comes to us, I can say, we can grab your traditional domains. We can grab your unstoppable domains. We can grab all of your Web3 domains. And even though you might not be doing anything in Web3 right now, it kind of secures your brand in that space. Something else that it does is if you're selling something, it will enable you to actually, own your name and collect and actually build on your brand and kind of future-proof your brand. So those are the wallets that I'm playing around with. What's next? XRP. Deanna, I think XRP can't lose. In terms of the coin, I think XRP cannot lose. And the reason why is because let's suppose, Judge comes back and says XRP is done. I'm not going to have enough time. Sorry.